Well, I've arrived at my destination. Happy New Year. And because it's the new year, everybody wants to walk over here in the ecological reserve, which is fine, but I need to wait for parking. So I was able to finally get out on the trail, and it's a beautiful New Year's Day 2025, and glad to be out. I need to be more purposeful this year. I said it last year, I just need to do it. You know, sometimes it's not just about mental health, it's about physical health. And that there's a difference because there's an action step in doing something with a action-oriented goal. So it's definitely going to be about action health or something to that effect this year, and making sure that I get out because I love to shoot photography. I just didn't do enough of it last year. So new attitude, new photography, new everything for me. And even these videos are going to be a little bit different, I think, this year. At least I'm going to just try new things or try more of the things that I don't do enough. Street photography, city photography. Don't get me wrong, I love landscapes, but I don't always get out just to shoot landscapes. So wildlife, whatever is in front of me in this new year, that's what I'm going to tackle and just go have some fun. And I'm setting a goal this year of shooting 365 shots at least, or putting out on Instagram, not to get likes or comments and things of that nature to build me up, but more to just stay purposeful and intentional about shooting photography. So I'm currently at a area that has been closed off, but nonetheless, there's some very nice wildlife out here. Some of my issues I felt like in the past, not that I don't want to shoot a lot of shots, but certainly I want to just stay in one area and see what comes to me and try to capture a lot of different shots within the same area. Now, this is not any different than what I maybe have done in the past, but I don't do it frequently enough. I tend to scatter and move on, and that's okay too. Moving your feet and getting about the area that you're in is always important in photography, so you can see new things. But I've been here many times. I've actually never been right here in this general location, and I feel like there's a lot of really cool images to be gotten here. But nonetheless, we'll see how they turn out. But the idea is for today, on New Year's, Happy New Year everybody, is to just sit in this area and kind of see what comes to me. So I think what's going to happen, what I hope is going to happen, as the sun starts to set, this area is going to get a nice little glow to it. Haven't seen a lot. I think there's some blue herons out in the brush, just kind of relaxing. I'd love to get one taken off out of that area, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I was talking about the heron flying and trying to capture it in the air, but I was able to get the egret taking off and moving further away into the marsh. So, but I think I have a nice side profile of the heron right now. So let me see if I can. It's quite a few feet away, but it's kind of popped its head. Oh, there it goes. Okay, just as I was talking about it, one of those herons just took off. So I don't know if that's to say the next one's gonna take off that's over here in the marsh. I'm gonna try to get some video of it right now. All right, I've got eyes on the other blue heron now. And in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you can also see that egret that took off that I captured earlier. So I don't know if this little buddy of the other one is going to take off too, but I'm here for it. There is just something really peaceful about, one, sitting in one spot. It's not my MO, but I'm trying real hard. I've already felt the need to leave a couple times, but you know, I need to stick with this. You know, even if I don't get any other shots, even here today, I just feel like this is very serene. This is very intentional, like I was talking about earlier, about action health versus just mental health. And I think just putting that motion in action and thinking about mental health, but actually doing it and being out here, this is This is really nice. I don't know where this guy popped in from, but I'm glad that he or she did. A lot closer. This little blue heron here. They're not hard to capture here in this ecological preserve. They're bountiful here, for sure. See if I can get a nice little side profile on this guy. Beautiful bird. Very tall, lengthy, elegant. Like I said, I'm not the best wildlife shooter, but when it comes to me here, I'm certainly trying to take advantage of this. Just gorgeous. I also love the area these ducks are in. It's a nice little curved, brushy area. These guys have been playing around in the same area here for a little while. I've never been on this side of the dead trees that are out yonder. From the walking path that's on the other side, you can do okay there. It's just that, I don't know, sometimes I haven't been able to find the perfect shot over there, but from here, there's some nice ducks floating in front of those dead trees, so it makes for a nice little composition. I'm gonna see if I can get something in that general area. I'm currently shooting on the 800 millimeter f11, and I've considered getting the 200 to 800. Came out quite a few months back, and I was really thinking that was going to be the camera that, or sorry, the lens that I was going to switch to, and I still think I am. I probably need to rent the lens, but I figure if it's as sharp as this one is, when this one's on, it's on, and when it's off, it's way off. But having that versatility, 200 to 800, and I carry this thing everywhere with me, and you can see the footprint of it. Obviously, when it's locked up, it's not that big. It's actually fairly light, so it's not a heavy lens at all. So that being said, I'm still in the hunt for that 200 to 800. We'll see in the future if that's what I do. For the meantime, I'm going to, and I just missed that, although this egret is now right next to me. Wow. Okay, I missed the flight that I wanted, but let's see if we can get at least a little video here. I mean, he's literally, I was just gonna switch lenses for the meantime. You just wanted to get closer to me, didn't you? Beautiful bird. Uh-oh, you taking off again? I'm gonna go ahead and back up out of the frame and see if I can capture this guy. It's amazing what can happen when a bird is that much closer to you. I mean, the times that I shot it earlier, this bird was a long ways away, but even on the 800, you know, I couldn't get a super sharp shot. Now, the one I just took is beautiful. Now, I don't know if Mr. Heron is going to take off here or not, but maybe you can school me on how to know whether a heron is a male or a female. I'll look it up afterwards, but it'd be really cool to know, at least. You know, typically on my photo shoots, I don't really talk to a lot of people, and I don't mind chatting with folks, but at the same time, yeah, these birders, they were the nicest people, and birder photographers, and so they were talking about the Salton Sea and going down to the end of the river jetty where Newport Beach is to just capture some osprey, because I really have been wanting to capture some osprey, and I feel like the dead trees is where I've seen some video of them feasting on their meals from the sea. And so I'd like to capture that too, and I will in time, but they really got me excited. They really got me excited to move when I was just telling them, you know, I'm trying something new, I'm trying to stay in one location. So yeah, it was nice that when we were chatting, we were able to kind of enjoy the blue heron, which was just about 15, 20 feet, or about 5 meters from me here. And it's now flew off, and I tried to capture it, but it was just too close on this 800 millimeter. I hadn't switched over. I was trying to switch over to the 24 to 105 when it actually came right here next to me. But needless to say, he had talked about, one of the people that showed up here had talked about a tiny blue heron. I hadn't seen any of that. So that'd be nice to see something different. And they were telling me about a red heron that I guess nests on the other side of this area typically. So yeah, it's nice to chat with people here in the new year and talking photography and talking wildlife. It's very, very cool. So I am gonna go ahead and switch over to my 24 to 105 for the meantime. I am gonna come back to the 800, but I just wanna capture a little bit of this landscape as the sun starts to set behind me here. Okay, this was kind of a bad call. This isn't the right lens for what I'm trying to capture, so let's just go back to the 800 millimeter, get it back on the tripod. So I traditionally use a tripod when I'm shooting landscape photography, and I do the occasional handheld when needed, but at the same time, when, let's say, a bird or your subject is moving, it's okay to be on the tripod. But when you want to capture something in flight, it's probably better to be freeform and be able to pan with the actual subject versus being on a tripod. So I can quickly release from here, but it's probably not ideal, but I'm just trying my best out here. That was fun. Got a little duck shaking off the water after ducking its head, no pun intended, maybe pun intended, into the water. Got a little of those droplets coming off of them. We are about 20 minutes from sunset. It's probably gonna happen a little sooner than that because I'm dipped down into a little bit of a ridge here. I'm gonna call it a day from here. It's been a nice hour and a half just sitting in one spot, and it's been nice to make a video on this New Year's Day. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, it's one vantage point, but nonetheless, I think it's kind of something that I need to try, or I needed to try this year in the new year, and really get me going here for the year to come, because I really anticipate doing a lot more photography. I don't want to jinx myself, but at the same time, I love, love, love doing this, and I hope you enjoy watching the process and just some of the images, if I'm able to capture any images. But I really thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll put some more images here at the end if there are any, but I look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Peace.